Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you are watching this, and welcome back to the GrianaigCreations podcast channel. My name is Kirsty, my pronouns are they, them. Now I'm coming to you from Paisley in Scotland, which is only like 10 miles outside of Glasgow. Happy New Year! We are officially in 2025. And I'm not really one for setting goals or like New Year's resolutions or that whole new year, new me. I am just going to try and make the most of this year. And I have a couple of things I would like to achieve, but I'm not really classing them as goals, because when I put them on that kind of like pedestal, I normally always fail. Anyway, this video is not really about what I want to achieve in 2025. It is what I have brought in to 2025. So this is all my works in progress that I have either started in 2024 or I took into 2024 and have still carried into 2025. I'm not going to open anything in any particular order. It's literally what comes to hand. And we'll also have a discussion as to whether I'm going to continue them. So I have my trusty iPad where hopefully I will be able to get the pattern details and stuff for you, but some things are made up as I've gone along or as the notion took me, and yeah, might not have a pattern or not remember where I got the pattern from. So I haven't counted how many I have, and I can't help but think that there are ones I've forgotten and they're somewhere and I don't know where they are. I also have an Oogie sound asleep beside me, so I'm gonna, well, I say she's sound asleep, she's cleaning her paw just now, but I'm going to try and not annoy her by having an avalanche of projects around her. So you're going to see me like throwing things. Don't worry, I'm not throwing them at anything breakable. I'm just throwing them away from her so that she can continue to rest peacefully and not worry about having yarn things on her. Sorry if I need to clear my throat every now and again. I am still getting over this cold thing where when I had like a head cold and a chest infection. Okay, so as I said, we're not going in any particular order, but just for fun, why don't you pop in the comments roughly how many you think I have, and we'll see if any of you were close. Oh, sorry, you could just see Oogie in the corner there. She's getting up to do her turn. She does this rotating thing and then she'll settle down. But yeah, pop in the comments how many projects you think I have, and we'll keep a score of them and we'll see at the end if anyone guessed correctly. So the first one I actually have tucked away down there and I'm not pulling it back out, but it is the sunflower that I started probably in like 2020, 2021. And basically all I need is to sew it all together and then get like a wee ceramic pot, which I think would be great for like weighing it down. So I need to sew that together and then I can just head out to like a wee garden centre and see if I can get a pot that would fit it. So that's one. That is a crochet project. It was a free pattern that was on somebody's blog, and if I get round to sewing it up this year, I will be able to show it because the pattern is in the bag. But I literally went through like just down here off screen is a gap between the sofa and the wall, and it's got one of my containers where I'm storing yarn from projects that are currently on the go, and I'm just realising I have other projects in other places. Oh, why did I think this would be a good day to start this? But But yeah, I have a container down there and I packed it away and I'm not unpacking it because hey ho. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this yarn eater blanket. Haven't touched that this year. This is getting frogged. So this was or is a free pattern on Ravelry, and as the name suggests, it uses up a lot of yarn, so it is great in that aspect. But with the yarn I've chosen, I don't think it suits this pattern. I think it suits more solid yarns rather than ones where it does change colour. So this will be getting frogged and probably made into another blanket that I can donate or give to my mum for her baby makes pile, for because our family just seemed constantly having more and more children. So yeah, frogged. So number 2 is still getting frogged. I'm going to throw that in a different pile because I am going to be deciding during this video what's getting frogged and what's going to get worked on. So that's going to be interesting. Next one is the 10 stitch blanket that I started. I have a whole bunch of this chunky yarn and I thought that it would be wise, smart to use it up and do a 10 stitch blanket, but I don't know. Like, I think the blanket would be awesome, but doing a 10 stitch blanket is a lot of effort and I don't know if I want to put that much effort into this project. So it's in the timeout for now. We'll leave it in a project bag and we will review, because I'm actually going to write down all my projects and then kind of maybe do like a crafting bingo where like if I pull it out I have to work on it for like a couple of days or that day. So I'm undecided as to whether this will get frogged and made into something else or just made into a different blanket, because like I say, I have a lot of this super chunky yarn or bulky and I don't know what to do with it. I bought it all for things to make for the wedding, and then turns out crocheting with that big a yarn and using such a big hook, it kind of hurt my wrists, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to injure myself before my wedding, no way. So it went into something else. So we'll put that into the maybe pile. I see this, it's just going on the floor, but I'm throwing it at slightly different places so that I can figure out what to do with it. This I showed off on the last WIP video, and I have no idea what my intentions were with this project. So this is going to get frogged. I think I was going to do like a jumper, and this was maybe like the back piece that I had started, but in all honesty, I have no idea what my plans were for this, and I also just don't think I have enough yarn, because I know I've got more of this one. So this is the one that's slightly variegated. So you've got this kind of pale reddy pink, the red and the brown. Oh no, not the red, but the reddy pink, the brown, and this maroon. That's all this one. And then the other one is this gorgeous red. So I actually think this one's gonna get frogged as well, because I don't know what I was planning. I don't know what hook size I was using. There's no crochet hook in this bag. Like, I have nothing to work with here, just the yarn. So that will get frogged. Then next up is my Ravelry shawl. This is a 2-color brioche shawl. and this will get finished. It's just sadly one of those projects where I need absolute peace and quiet. I'm so cautious that I'm going to drop stitches. I need peace and quiet to work on this because it is 2-color brioche. But I am on the decrease. I think this section here officially marks the center of the shawl. So I am on the decrease now. It'll be getting smaller, and it already is quite a long shawl. The Ravelry is by, I should just leave my iPad on. Oh no, it's changed. Oh, I hate auto spell. So this is by Marie-Amélie Designs. And let me check, is it still a free pattern? It is still a free pattern. I'm going to show off my Ravelry just now. So if you can't look at Ravelry, please look away for just a second. So this is what the design page looks like. Okay, so iPad has gone off screen now. You can look back. I really, really love this. I can't wait for it to be done and get a real good soak and block just to allow those stitches to kind of breathe a bit. But it is also a project that requires a lot of my attention. I do need to be in a quiet room. Like I can't even listen to like an audiobook or anything. And depending on how often I work on it, I do constantly need to go onto YouTube and watch refreshers on some of the stitches, specifically the decreases. And given the fact I'm on the decrease now, I'm going to constantly be watching the same videos all the time. But yeah, I really enjoy that project. I think it is wonderful. I do hope to have it finished this year, but we will see, because I'm in no rush to get it done, but it would be lovely to have it. So that will go into the absolutely getting finished pile. What next? So where's the pattern book? This is the Crochet Carousel Baby Blanket designed by Jacinta Bowie for West Yorkshire Spinners. I got this as a kit through my work, through a rewards system, and I think I hope to finish this, but it's got a very small start. What I don't think I realised at the time of deciding to go with this kit was that it's in UK terminology and I learned my crochet through US terminology, and so I'm constantly having to look at it to be like, well, what's that one again? Which is a bit off-putting, to be perfectly honest, but the colours are lovely. It's very pastel colours, and I can't help but think, what else could I do with this project and maybe change it, because I'm not too far in, like three rows. I'm not too far in at all, and so I could, in theory, change it and go with something completely different. I think what also doesn't help is that I seem to already be slanting in the way on this project. Like the bottom is definitely looser, and like I say, I'm only 3 rows in, so I don't know. This is going to go in the maybe pile because I might reuse the yarn somewhere else because I don't have a lot of it. So 2, 4, 6, 7 balls of yarn. And it is 50 gram balls with 112 meters per ball. And the yarn is so lovely. It's so soft. It's 52% Falkland and 48% nylon. So it could go into a really nice project. And for anyone curious, I am working with a 4mm hook, which I have a different one beside me, is a G for the US people. So yeah, this one's going in the maybe pile, unfortunately. Like, I think the blanket is lovely, but I don't think this project is for me. Next one, let's go with this. This is a long-term project. I'm just going to pop these here so I don't lose them. This is my Cozy Memories blanket. This got a lot of work on it this year up until October, November, where I kind of fell back out of love with it. And so around April time, I think I decided that I would put a square a week in, and that would be on my Mondays because I don't work on Monday. And so I've gone from here. Oh, let's just count, shall we? Let's count how many squares I've done. I've put 33 squares in this year, which, considering I don't think I'd put that in last time, like last year, I think that's pretty good to have put 32 squares in. So long-term project, most definitely. This is definitely going to be more of a sofa quilt, because I just, right now, I don't enjoy this project. It's got nothing to do with the pattern or the designer. So this is the Coziest Memory blanket by Kemper Ray. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication. And I don't know, I think I was maybe a bit silly to do the work in the sense of I've got a solid, if not tonal, variegated, solid, variegated, and then if it was solid before, it'd be variegated above. And I think just trying to keep that momentum going is going to be quite difficult. Also, look at all these ends. That is not going to be fun. It's a gorgeous project. I like what I've got so far. I just don't think for me it's a sustainable project for years and years and years. I am blown away by the people that make this and do it like full double or king size or bigger bed, because I can barely make it for a baby. So this is in the continue project, but it will now be reduced to the size of a sofa blanket, which is really just like a lap quilt, because I am very, like, start that sentence again. Since I was a kid, I've always sat cross-legged, and so far, at the good old age of 35, I can still sit cross-legged, just not for as long as I used to as a kid. So as long as it can cover me sitting cross-legged, I will be more than happy. So long-term project, this will be coming into 2026 with me, probably for sure. Unless I start back that every Monday put a square in. We'll see. I definitely can't throw that one, by the way. That is a very, very solid ceramic bowl. What's next? Ah, my squares. So these are sheepies, Katona. I've got, Try not to squash it. So I got a big box of these 10-gram minis of mercerized cotton, and they've just been sitting for ages now, not really doing anything. And I needed a project to take to Manchester with me when I decided to tag along with Scott when he went to a wrestling convention. And I'm not into wrestling. It's not my thing. If it's on the TV, I might ask questions, and I have to get more into it this year because I'm actually going to a wrestling show in April, and I can't bring my knitting or anything with me. But at the convention and whilst we were away, I decided to take a good number of the 10-gram balls with me, and I made squares. I made a decent amount of squares. We're only away for 3 days. I had other projects as well, but these are the Battenberg squares, and so the hope is to just keep working away and make more squares with all the yarn. Now there's quite a lot of these little mini balls. I think there might have been close to like 100. That might be an exaggeration, but it feels like over like about 100. So I've still got loads. Like, this is not just them. It's not just what's in this bag. It is all of the ones stuffed into this bag as well. So it's a 2-bag project. And I'm working with a 3mm hook, which is a D. And when I say this bag is stuffed, I mean this bag is stuffed. There's a lot of balls of cotton to get through. And I'll get there eventually. It's not a priority project, but it will get done. I'm just trying to not lose any of the ball bands. I don't know why I'm keeping them in the ball bands, but it felt smart at the time. And I also have no idea what order I'm going to put them together in either. But I also don't have enough mercerized cotton to crochet them together, so I'll need to buy some, which is a shame because I don't really want to be buying more wool. So that is in the will continue pile. I'm not frogging that, but it's also not in the priority pile. So what we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? We had 8 so far. What we got in here? We have socks that need heels. This is a Fiberpunk colorway. This is one of the Star Wars ones. This is BB-8. So this needs heels. So that's one project. Then we have one sock tube, but 2 different yarns. So that counts as 2 projects. They need turned into socks. And then we have another sock, 2 more sock tubes. One has ribbing and that's it. So that needs turned into a pair of socks. So 3, 4, 5 pairs of socks and 6 pairs of socks. Or was I going to do 1 pair? This is going to be a very long. What were my intentions with this one? Because that's the same yarn, but one is considerably longer than the other. So maybe I was going to do ankle socks with this one and then a full pair with this one, because that's a lot longer. That's around about the length I would normally make a tube, or I was making them, because my sock machine is broken and I do not recommend the company. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and possibly ankle socks. So 6 sock tubes that need dealt with. So that will also go in the to be completed pile. So that's another 6 projects. We'll stay on socks while we're here. Haven't finished this one. This just needs a toe, and then I need to do the whole other second sock. So that's another one. 1, 2, 3, oh hang on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Another sock tube. This was a hand knit sock tube. So project 16. This is another fiber punk sock yarn. This one has the ribbing, and I'm going to do ribbing at this side, and then I will go in and cut, do toes, and then do heels. Another sock. I have dropped stitches. This is the I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts socks by Charlotte Stone of Stone Knits. This was part of Teresa of 33rd Street's knit along. I did start it, so I get points for that, but I haven't done anything with it, and I plan on frogging this. I think the white yarn for the ghosts and the self-striping, that is also another fiber punk yarn, just don't go together. And my gauge, awful, absolutely awful. So this whole sock is getting frogged, so that will go in the frog pile. Another sock. This one has a finished sock. I brought this into 2024 with me, and I just need to make the second one. These were meant to be for my best friend, meant to be this year, did not happen, clearly. So yeah, I need to make the second one. But yeah, I don't like this Perfect or the Grundle Hot Socks version of Perfect, because they are not intended for people with larger feet. My friend has a size 4, UK 4, which is small for the average woman. And for me to make these for myself, I would have to at least just over half of the leg would need to go into the foot for me, because that's just not long enough. That is not long enough for me. So that was me, like, I cast on with the green. I chose that decision, and then I knit until it ran out of the pink. I think that's what you're meant to do, but also I might have got bored, because that's a lot of ribbing. And then I knit till the pink. Excuse me. So I knit again to the pink, done my heel flap, and then pulled out the remainder of the pink, and then knit the foot, and then I actually, I don't know, I do the side. No, they both have stitch markers. I actually ended up knitting a couple of rows into the pink, because even for her size 4, there's not enough for the foot. So I don't like the Perfect stuff, which is a shame, because I bought quite a few balls. So it is what it is. So that will go into the will finish pile, but not a priority. We have this one, which started as one project and has now moved into another project. It started as the Smaug, the African flower dragon. And I made some flowers. I made a good amount of flowers. And then I think when I revisited this, I was just like, not happy. don't really want to do it, I'll make squares instead. So this is just another crochet blanket project, and I'm not going to rip these out. I'm not going to undo them. I have decided I'm going to use them as like a to decorate some of the squares. So we'll see how that project goes. This will probably be coming into 2026 with me, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Oh, got firm. No, got fluff in my nose. So yeah, this one most definitely not a priority. It was nice to work on the squares for a bit after I decided the flower dragon just wasn't going to go ahead. I don't know if it was... No, I remember, because I'm seeing the holes in the project. I don't know if it was like the yarn or my gauge, but the stuffing was going to come out of these and I did not want that. Now bear in mind, I think you're meant to do it on like 4-ply yarn on like a 1.75 crochet hook, but I'm doing it on DK on a 3.75, so considerable size difference, and my own fault it's not worked out. Next project. So what's in here is the last two. So I'm recording this early, sneaky, but I'm saying it now because I still have 2 of my advents to go, and I reckon getting all these sewn up will follow me into 2025. So sneaky, but that's coming in with me. I don't think I've touched this year, and I am severely on the fence as to what to do with this project. This is... what's the name of it? Let's see if I can find it. Library. Advanced search. Clothing. Sweater. Cardigan. This is the Seasons cardigan by Ozetta. And I was so enthusiastic about this when I started this project. So enthusiastic. And it's so squishy and it's so nice. But I wish it was more... I kind of wish it was more brioche than it is fisherman's rib. Because it's not even fisherman's rib, it's half fisherman's rib. So it takes a long time to make any progress. And I wanted this to be really big and baggy and just this really amazing, comfy, cozy cardigan. And it just was taking quite a long time to make any progress. And so in a mood of being quite disheartened with it, it's now not going to be as baggy as I would have liked. Now bear in mind, half fisherman's rib stretches considerably. And so I could stretch it or block it to within an inch of itself, or I could try. It's acrylic yarn. Is it fully acrylic or is there wool content in this one? There's 25% wool content. So I'm on the fence. Part of me is screaming to frog this and put the yarn into a completely different project. But I started it for a reason. I still love the idea of the finished object. I have enough wool. It's just, do I have the motivation to work on it? And that I cannot answer, because right now, if I was to pick right this second, I would frog it. But when I think about it, I'd be like, oh, I could maybe have this finished for next winter, and then it would be beautiful. It'd be so snuggly, it'd be so cozy, and it would just look amazing. And then I kind of sway back to don't frog it. So do I listen to that rash, quick side of me that's like, frog it, just go on? Or do I listen to the side that's like slightly more reasonable, slightly, and keep it and think away at it and just make some progress? Because it's now just straight until the bottom where there would be ribbing, and but then I have to go back and do the sleeves. So I don't know. It's beautiful. So this will go in the maybe pile, because I really, really don't know what to do about it. Next one up. This bag contains the gingerbread cal blanket. I am so behind, and generally don't see this being finished until next Christmas. I say next Christmas, this coming Christmas, if that. Honestly, my motivation to work on it has died. I think I'm worried about the sizing of it, and I'm still not happy with this section here, just here, not this bit, just the red and the white, because you can see the red through the white, and you can sometimes see the white through the red. But I had no intentions of keeping that blanket, and so I could work on it knowing that it's being gifted and just be like, they might not notice the red behind the white and the white behind the red. Or if they did, they certainly wouldn't say anything. So I reckon that one's also in the maybe pile. I don't see me frogging it. This is like real-time thinking going on here. It will get done. It will get done. It's just... why did I start it? Why didn't I just hold on to the points? Because that was another rewards thing through my work. Why didn't I just hold on to the points and accumulate more? And then I could have got something else. But part of me had that whole FOMO thing, and so many people were working on it and it looked really cool. But then logistically, it's not my aesthetic, so that's why I was going to gift it. It'll get done. It's not going in the maybe pile. It's going in the it'll get done, but it's not priority. I wish I was staying on top of the count. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Are we on 22 now? So this one is the Ariana cardigan, which is a pattern by Barocco. This project needs joining. I have all the squares, I have the half triangles, I have the quarter triangles, they're all done. I just need to join it all together now. And then it needs knitted waistbands, cuffs, and collar. And I have all the yarn. I've got... Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, baby girl. I dropped something on her. I'm sorry. You okay? I woke her up as well. I'm sorry. Well, I feel like a terrible human being. You're okay. Here we go. Get comfy. Get comfy. There's my baby girl. And she's curled back up. She's such... Oh, we got sneezes. All the yarn for joining and the collar, the cuffs, the ribbing is all in this bag. Just realised my address was on it. And it's all the same. It's all black. I thought it might tone down some of the rainbow, but I think it would also tie it all really well together. So got all the black yarn. And then, like I said, all the squares are done. I have minimum ends to weave in, thankfully. And yeah, it's just a case of figuring out the instructions for joining them all together. It doesn't seem the clearest from what I've heard of other people. Like, other people haven't had the best experience joining everything together. So it's going to be that aspect as well that comes into play as to whether this is going to be fun going forward now. So that will also most definitely get worked on and get finished. And I would like it done for this year. That would be great. Right, let's not move the stand. Another big project which really should have been finished this year, or sorry, last year. That's going to take me a while. That's going to trip me up a lot. But what should have been finished by now is my big, massive Aran weight crochet ripple blanket, which is a pattern by Attic 24. And I'm not going to pull it out because it's a big blanket. It is wide. There goes a ball of yarn. It is wide enough for Scott and I's king size bed. It's just not long enough yet for my liking. I could probably get away with it, but toes would be cold. And nobody wants cold toes. So it is going to get a few more rows added to it, and then that'll be it done. I don't know if this will be the first project to be finished in 2025. Honestly. It's this or the advent throw. But the advent throw needs blocking. Like, each square needs blocked. And that's going to take some time. So this could be... This is a sock. Could be the first finished project of 2025. We'll see. But at the same point, I'm not in a rush to get this finished. So, I don't know. It's kind of one of those that's all up in the air a bit. Okay, what have I not done? Not done these ones. Not done this one. Oh, I should have pulled these out earlier. Uh-oh. I'm in a bit of a tangle. Oh dear. What have I done? There we go. Back on track. Okay, well, we may as well start with this one, since, you know, it's in my hands. Let's put... Is there another project sneakily hiding in here? No. So, this tiny little thing is going to become the Traveller Shell, which is a project by Andrea Mowry. And the hope, I did not see this working out. The hope was this was going to come with me to Vegas. I would like to refresh that and just say it'll get done when it gets done. Because I go to Vegas in April. There is no way this is going to get done by April. And when I say April, I mean like halfway through April. So that's not happening. So it will get done when it gets done. Because it is a 4-ply project on 2.7, currently on 2.75 needle. I reckon it will go quicker once the ribbing is out of the way, because it also doesn't help it's 1x1 rib, and I'm not the biggest fan of 1x1. I think you gotta do like 2 inches of ribbing, and I'm not even at 1 inch yet, so yeah, is what it is. Next one is my scrappy circular blanket. It's on a very small cable, so I can't really show you the true size of it. So we'll go from the middle out. And so that's quite a decent size. I still reckon I'm going to finish this shortly. Maybe this one will be the first finish of 2025. And I'm going to give this to the cat. Because I wish I had done more colour planning. Honestly, I wish I had done more colour planning. And I'm just not the biggest fan of what I've got just now. I mean, it's not the ugliest thing I've ever made. It's just not nice. And I've covered that in my last podcast. Was it my December knitting one? December or November? I'm pretty sure it was December. So I covered my thoughts on this then, and so I'm not going to hash it out too much. But yeah, I genuinely think this will get cast off. I think I'll probably... No, there's too much here. I think I might just cast off and... I don't know. Do I try and use up more of this yarn and then cast off? Or do I cast off and try and keep some of this yarn for whatever I do with the rest of the scraps? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. I might honestly flip a coin. That's how much I'm just like, eh. So this could be the first finish of 2025. We'll just need to wait and see. Next WIP is the newborn vertebrae. I just have a sleeve to do. And then weave in all the ends, of course, but that will be it. This is for a baby due in what I thought was January, but it's now actually February, so that is very handy. So need to get this finished. Almost there, like so close to being finished. But my intentions of maybe knitting a second one have completely gone out the window. I just have too much I want to get done by a certain point next year, and this is just not quite up there in priority. But it needs to get finished so I can give it to the mum. Next one is the Anchors sweater. I also went over this in my December knitting video. I love this project. It's just on hold at the moment because I do need to block it to see if it's going to grow lengthwise. I know it's going to grow widthwise because it's also 1x1 rib, but I need to see how much it's going to grow this way to determine how much more I need to knit. So that is the Anchors sweater, my size, by Petite Knit. and the yarn I'm using is just so delicious, so scrumptious. It honestly makes me so happy. It's interesting that yarn can make people so happy. Like, just the feel of it is just, I can't wait till it's finished. I think I'll live in that jumper. Is this my last project? This might be my last one. And then we've got cross stitch. We've got one cross stitch project. But this could be my last crochet and yarn related one. So this is the Flower Point. Come on. Where is it? Spoke Flower Blanket. And that is by the Crochet Fix. This is one of the projects I am making for a mother-to-be. And I hope to get this finished real soon. I don't feel like I need to make it too much bigger, but at the same point, I would like this to age with the baby. I don't want it to just be one of those projects that is only for a baby and then they have to kind of either donate it or gift it to someone else because the baby's outgrown it. I would like it to last a couple of years. So I have a whole other ball of yarn that is going into that project as we speak, and I'm just chipping away at it. So I've got until February, hopefully, unless baby comes early, which looking kind of likely at the moment. And then lastly, my last work in progress is this fun cross stitch project, which has received no love in the last couple of months. And it's this one here that I've been working on for quite a while. This is like the Witch's Hideout or something. And I put in a whole bunch of progress here and I'm working this way. So we're on the bookcase at the moment. This is going to be a wee cat, and then we've got a row of hats, and then we've got the outside of the building to do, and like the chimney, and I think there's like a moon and some like sweets on the outside of the building. So I hope to get back to that one. I was doing quite like a the word regimented is in my head, but I don't think that that's quite a strong word. But the plan was that I would put a square on my Cozy Memories blanket on a Monday, and then I would work on my cross stitch. But somewhere down the line, that just stopped happening, to be perfectly honest. Just like the square a day, or a square every Monday stopped happening. The crochet on the cross stitch on a Monday stopped happening. So I would like to pick that back up now that we're into the new year and make it a thing. But we'll see. I don't want to be too harsh on myself, so let's see what we got. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown everything on the floor. 6 sock projects. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That can't be right. 26, 27, 28, 29. That sounds more like it. Hopefully I've done like a wee running count up of how many projects I've got, or maybe I'll just kind of put a number at the end. But let me know if you're close to how many you thought I had. I still think I must be missing something. But I did look upstairs. I don't have many places in the living room anymore that I can hide projects. Do I have anything down here that I've hidden? I've got nothing in my handbag. No, maybe 29 is right. Interesting. And 3 of which are getting frogged. So that takes it down to 26. 1, the carousel blanket. That carousel blanket's probably going to be put into something else. So that takes us down to 25. I don't know. Let's just call it 29. Unless I have done the count wrong. And in which case I will put a number up on the screen. I really shouldn't have thrown things onto the floor. Or at least thrown them a wee bit more scattered so I could count them. Oh, jeez. Have I covered anything up here? I don't think so. But yeah, that's, even if I have 29 projects, I still plan on casting on new things this year. There are so many plans I have in my head, things I would like to have done for going to Vegas, kind of like tank tops and stuff. So those will be taking a big priority in the next couple of weeks. I also have some other people that are pregnant that 2 are due in April. So that kind of also has to take priority. So I'm going to be doing some planning and I'll share that in a video later on to go through like what I plan on making and what my deadlines are for certain things. And then there's just going to be other things where I just want to make it and there's no deadline. I like those projects. I like when there's no deadline. But yeah, let me know in a separate comment or a continuation to your previous comment if you were close to guessing how many projects I had. And yeah, let me know how many projects you have brought into this new year. And thank you so much for watching. Please do stay safe. And until the next video, bye.